Hello my friend, are you ready for Bundesliga Matchday number 20? Then let's go.
Radek Vegas. There's no better.
Before we start, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to this channel that you don't miss any of my picks. Thanks for your support, buddy. Yeah, and at least last game day there has not been a better one, as I unfortunately lost my Eka, but also the expert of the biggest YouTube channel in Europe, Oddspedia, Ronan, in the Bundesliga. He lost again his 18th out of 19th Eka, which he lost. He's down to minus 13, almost 14 units now. And I'm now first time in the season in the Reds, as my both Ekas were losers thanks to Leipzig. And so yeah, the good thing is that my down streak is holding on a long time. That means I'm at the bottom and I will win from time to time one of these very risky Ekas, which are very high odds with only 2 in combination, and I will win this in about 4 to 5 times a season. And we still have a lot of games left, so I'm very confident that I will hang up Ronan in the season very far. So let's start at round 20. Heidenheim is hosting Dortmund, and what is interesting there, that Heidenheim only lost 2 games at home and Dortmund was only able to win 4 games away. So the odds for Dortmund with 1.8 are only because of the name, and at the end there is a threat of a draw here with odds of 4.5 in this game. I would say it's worth to consider it, but at the end we also have a really good run of both teams here. Dortmund has won all their 3 games in this season, in this year to 24 so far, and Heidenheim also is unbeaten, but they also couldn't win any of their 3 last games, as they had 3 1-1 draws. But before also they're now unbeaten for 6 games, which is really a great achievement of Heidenheim. That shows in the standings that they are on spot 10, but the connection to spot 14 is only 3 points. So yeah, they do better collecting points, especially at home, where they collected all but 6 points of their whole point amount. Also, yeah, Dortmund should be for sure the better team. That's why I like the 1.8, not too much, but I would say it's okay to try it as a single bet, betting on Dortmund here, as you almost get your money doubled, so 80% win for 100% risk to lose if there's not a Dortmund win. So I think this is worth to try here. In this game I really am excited about the odds for Werder Bremen. You know, Werder Bremen was beating not only Bayern Munich, also last game day Freiburg. Very good form of Werder Bremen at the one hand, and they are the underdog where you get really high odds, and they are now also 6 games unbeaten in the Bundesliga, playing versus Leipzig and Bayern Munich included. So you can say Werder Bremen is one of the best teams at the moment in the league. And what do Mainz do to achieve the favorite odds here, with losing against Frankfurt, drawing against Wolfsburg, drawing against Dortmund? Okay, I appreciate that, but losing against Heidenheim, drawing against the weakest Cologne, and losing against Freiburg, and so on. Not a team you want to bet on as a winner, and then you only get 110% of your money. That is not worth a single cent. On the other hand, there's huge value on Werder Bremen. We also get really good odds on double chance Werder Bremen 1.7. That's ridiculous, and 2.5 on draw no bet. And if we go with Werder Bremen winning this game, we get odds of 3.5. And I think we should continue and bet on the trend of Werder Bremen. I don't want to recommend it to you, but I tell you what I do, and that's risking 1 unit to win 2.5 in additional. So I think this is a good bet. And Darmstadt, Leverkusen, we can ignore that, as the odds on Leverkusen are way too low to consider, no matter that they are the favorite. And on the other hand, it's a game between the first and the last in the standings. You can't win a lot betting on Leverkusen. You won't win a lot because Darmstadt won't have great chances. Same situation here. Bayern Munich might win this game against Gladbach, but they had not only problems in their recent last 3 games, and where they were losing to Bremen, as I told you, but also very close games against Augsburg and Union Berlin. They also have a problem with Mönchengladbach, as Mönchengladbach was able to beat Bayern Munich last season with 3-2 and make a draw 1-1, and the first game between them in this season was just a 2-1 for Bayern Munich. And so yeah, the Bayern Munich odds are way too low, and I won't consider anything on Gladbach, but just a no bet. A little more interesting this one, as Stuttgart was famous last game day because of they were beating Leipzig with 5 goals, and I didn't expect that. No stats showed any sign that they were able to beat them that high. So really a big surprise, this Stuttgart win in that amount of goals. So for sure they are the favorite now in the next game versus Freiburg, because Freiburg also lost their last game at Bremen 3-1. So that Stuttgart has the favorite odds. But at home there's a different story, because Freiburg is a good home team. They only lost a single game in this season so far, and they only collected 11 goals. And compare this with the Stuttgart stats away, they only were able to win 4 games, but they also lost 5 games playing away. There's a huge difference between Stuttgart at home, where they collect points, don't get goals and score a lot, and Stuttgart away, where they don't score a lot and they lose a lot. So the odds don't make really much sense in this consideration, that Stuttgart was also losing their last 3 games before the Leipzig game. And they're only the last 2 games against Bochum and against Mönchengladbach, not the best teams in the league. And so I don't trust Stuttgart here as well, because I know that they are a bad away team. I won't bet on them, of course, because 2.2 for Stuttgart is always too low, always. Maybe if they play at home against Darmstadt or Cologne, but against any other team there's no value inside. No matter that they are in a brilliant shape and they are playing one of the best seasons for decades, and at the end it's very hard to win at Freiburg, almost impossible, as you've seen in the standings. That's why I prefer the highest odds here, and this is a draw with 3.6, as Stuttgart also seems to be strong. They both might be happy with a point here, and I'm also happy if there's a sharing of points, as the odds of draw is really attractive. Bochum Augsburg, same kind of situation, only vice versa. We have a good home team with Bochum, and if you haven't known that, Bochum only lost also 1 game at home, and that's why it's hard for every team playing at Bochum, and that's why Bochum is the 2.15 favorite. And no matter that they lost their last game at Dortmund, they were able to beat Stuttgart at home, which can be seen as a great victory. And Augsburg also had some really interesting results, only losing with 1 goal against the first Leverkusen, and the second Bayern Munich is also really good, and winning against Gladbach at Gladbach, also a great result of them. Additionally, before the winter break, they had a 1-1 against Dortmund. So Augsburg always is able to collect something against any opponent, maybe besides the first two, and so they're also able to collect points at Bochum, but winning is a different thing, so that's why also here a clear draw with 3.4, result 1-1. Result here 1-0 for Frankfurt. The odds for Frankfurt with 2.2 are good for a single bet. They will break again maybe an Ecker, because Frankfurt is not reliable, especially at playing away. Only 30% of the games winning away this season, and they get odds of 2.2. If you win 30% of the games, you should get odds of 3 and not 2.2. That's why there's no value on a Frankfurt win, unfortunately. You can say, yeah, but against Cologne they must win, they should win because Cologne is that bad. And I know that, of course, that makes the odds not better. And that's why I won't bet on a Frankfurt win here. No matter that Cologne for sure is beatable, and it's a must win for Frankfurt after their last 2 games. And to be honest, their win against Leipzig was a surprise, and after that the 2-2 against Darmstadt was really, really horrible. And also I was disappointed because they only had a 1-0 against Mainz. In both situations they didn't make me money, because I was betting for sure on the Frankfurt handicap win in both situations, and I at least get my money back in this Mainz game. So I'm not willing to put any money again on Frankfurt. In a tipping game I would say 1-0, as I told you, but in a betting situation I keep my money on the side and wait to go for other bets. And this game is also interesting because both of them have really bad streaks and still are here in the middle field of the standings. If you only watch their last 7 games, Wolfsburg only had a single victory, and Hoffenheim also in their last 10 games only 1 victory. So how can they be in this area of the standings just because they had a good start in the season? But both coaches are hoping not to lose this game, as it might be their last game as coaches of Wolfsburg and Hoffenheim. So a win for Wolfsburg is no option. A win for Hoffenheim for sure is also no option. That's why the third really interesting high odd draw with 3.75. Disclaimer: if you think the guy don't know what he does because he always says draw, so he doesn't know a winner, then you have to keep in mind that in football there are often draws, and there is not always a clear winner. And in this situation the best thing you can do, just grab the biggest odds, and 3.75 for a draw between 2 teams which cannot win a game or only can win a game in their last 7 games. So seems awesome money, because no justifying betting on a winner here. And Leipzig versus Union Berlin is a last and very interesting one, as Leipzig is huge favorite in this game. And this is kind of unfair, because Leipzig has also a very bad streak of 4 games not winning in a row, 3 games losing in a row. Okay, they had to play against also top 6 teams with Stuttgart number 3, Leverkusen number 1 and Frankfurt number 6. But they all lost their games. So Leipzig at the moment is not a Champions League team. They are facing Real Madrid in the Champions League next week. But in the Bundesliga, they should be in the area of spot 10 or something around within their last games for sure. And that's why they have no good form. On the other hand, Union Berlin has. The win against Darmstadt was not impressive, I know. The game against Bayern Munich was impressive, and that's why I think Union Berlin will fight very hard here and also be able to collect some points as they could in the last 4 games. They had 3 winners against Leipzig. Only the first game in this season against Leipzig with a red card was a loser, and we know that Union Berlin had a bad start into the season, but maybe it's over now and they can collect at least 1 point here at Leipzig. At the end, I'm not too happy betting against Leipzig, but I won't put any money on Leipzig as well. That's why I would say an interesting thing can be draw no bet on Union Berlin 5.5, only a fifth on a unit, and we win 1 unit. Good chance reward ratio or risk reward chance, as you might call it. So these are my bets. Now let's see what I combine to an Ecker. And I have a very interesting one and a very risky one. Before we start, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to this channel that you don't miss any of my picks. Thanks for your support, buddy. I have 2 Ecker, 1 Asian Handicap 0 Ecker, not winner, on Asian Handicap 0 on Dortmund, Frankfurt and Bremen. Sorry, I also know. So if these 3 favorites don't lose their games, we also can expect that they win, and the odds are 6. But if they all 3 win with 2 goals in advantage, we get odds of 58.75. What do you think about that? Write it in the comments, and thanks for watching. Do you want all my betting tips for free in my VIP Telegram group? Then you'll find the link in the video description.